Hello Nottinghamshire Madness fans. Something to share with you. After my rear wheel shenanigans in the week and the rim tape having moved on the rim, I believe it had moved actually in consideration, because the only time the tyres being off is when I fitted the Marathon Plus, and they've been on there for a long time. So I think the rim tape has somehow moved. Anyway, I decided to check the rim tape on the T-Line, because that's got the Marathon Plus tyres on. So whilst I was about it, I also decided to take off the rear carrier, because that needs to go back onto the P-Line electric, because the T-Line didn't come with the carrier and they weren't available when I bought the T-Line. So the carrier's going to go back on the P-Line, because I need to use the Venchita luggage. The Marathon Pluses I've taken off and refitted the Solby ones. Bit of a two-edged sword really why I've done this. They were tight going on. Not too tight, I want to finish putting them on, but they were tight going on, and I didn't want to be in the situation again. Sorry, I don't know what you're looking at, they're probably at my knee. I didn't want to be in the situation again I was in last week when taking the tyre off 3 times, because they are tighter than usual. I know people have said that if I'd struggled to fit them to the T-Line, I'd no bother fitting them to the T-Line, other than the fact I did think they're a little bit tight, and I've had no bother taking them off. I did have to use 2 tyre levers, almost had to use a 3rd tyre lever, but I used 2. I was so gentle with tyre levers. I used very thin, very flat metal tyre levers, and I don't force anything. You just do a bit of a pry, and if it doesn't, there's something amiss. And I did lube the bead of the tyre and the rim, both sides, before starting. So the two-edge thing is, I want to ride it without. I'd like to ride it without mud guards. I've put the rear mud guard back on. I've got the front mud guard on still. I would like to use the bike without mud guards, because I think there's nothing looks cooler than a naked Brompton. I won't ever go back to the carbon crank set. That's now cast in stone. I won't ever go back to that. If you're in America watching this, Brompton Junction in New York currently have an offer on where you can buy the Brompton T-Line 4-speed for a reduced price by $200 or $300, but they also give you included a travel bag. Now this was current in the week, last week. I've not checked the New York website because it's quite a faff to use my phone to get onto the New York website. But if you're in America, go on to Brompton Junction, you get a Brompton T-Line 4-speed with $200 or $300 off, or $200 or $300 off, with a free travel bag. I think that's worth considering. If you're not sure about the Brompton T-Line 4-speed, it's quite a bit lighter. That's another reason why I've taken the tyres off. It's quite a bit lighter than the 12-speed, and you'll comfortably pedal it up to 17 miles an hour. After 17 miles an hour, your legs are going to be spinning quite well. But if 17 miles an hour is fast enough for you, and when you consider the extra weight saving of not having the 3-speed hub, the price bracket, one would assume there's a reason why the 4-speed Brompton is reduced, and with such a good offer, one can only assume that it won't be available for much longer. I walked into New York, into Brompton Junction in let's try to do this with the phone. Right, I walked into Brompton Junction in Covent Garden last week, and I did what I showed you I did the other day, and I got hold of the bike there like this and picked it up. And that's another reason for taking the rack off and taking the tyres off, is there was a difference between the 12-speed and the 4-speed, significantly so. But coming back with that memory and doing this, how this was built for me, with the rack and the tyres on, I've decided to take them off. Should I go touring on it, they'll go back on. But I think I've got the Olympic edition T-Line 12-speed. I'm sort of edging to using that for touring, so I may even end up with a rack on it, although currently that's going to have to go on the electric for now, so I should probably buy another rack to go on the Olympic. I did buy a disc for the Olympic to run it without mud guards, a disc that goes on the fork. They have a disc on the fork that stops the brake cover rubbing on the tyre on the standard Brompton forks and the titanium forks. I did buy a disc to stop that, and so I've got the option of running that without the mud guards and retaining the Continental, whatever they are, tyres. And you all know what my thoughts have been about those. So that's been today's spanning. It's been a total successful day today. I thought it was a washout this morning with the rain. I've had to play about with the Decathlon. Squared the wheel up in the back of that, had a ride around on it. That's a lovely cool bike. I've rescued the tin work, I've straightened the tin work. That's going to get a coat of paint. I'm not doing it now. I'm still unpacking. I've got my priorities totally correct. Anyway, I just thought I'd give you a bit of an update. Shelby marathons off, Shelby one's on. Get out for a ride on it. In fact, if we get down to Nottingham tomorrow afternoon, I should take it down to Nottingham, I think, and have a bit of a buzz around in Nottingham on it. So thank you for watching this extra little video for today. It's not anything to do with David Log, it's the evolution of the Brompton fleet. I'll catch you tomorrow on the daily blog. Thank you so much for watching. And just one more thing. Just bear in mind when you are travelling, there are 3 people last week were stranded in Cambodia because they've run out of spare tyres for their Bromptons. There's a pictures on maybe on the Brompton touring group on Facebook. Look at what tyres they're using. I think it was a mechanical issue that caused the failure, but they've run out of tyres, so this isn't the first tyre they've had go. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow with some more bike maintenance. I think the T-Line Electric's got to have a good dose of maintenance after the trip to London and the clean. Thank you, guys. Just remember, if you're in New York, America, get on the Brompton website and check that T-Line deal out, because that's got to be worth considering.